Our epistle reading today is from 1 Corinthians 12, 1 through 11. Now, concerning spiritual gifts, siblings, I do not want you to be uninformed. You know that when you were non-believers, you were enticed and led astray to idols that could not communicate. Therefore, I want you to understand that no one communicating by the Spirit of God ever says, "Let Jesus be cursed." And no one can say Jesus is the Lord except by the Holy Spirit. Now there are varieties of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are varieties of service, but the same Lord. And there are varieties of activities, but the same God who activates all of them in everyone. To each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good. To one is given the Spirit, the utterance of wisdom, and to another the utterance of knowledge according to the same Spirit. To another faith, to another miracles, to another the discernment of spirits, to another various kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. All these are activated by one and the same Spirit, who allots to each one individually, just as the Spirit chooses. Our gospel reading is from John 2, 1 through 11. 3 days later, there was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and Mary, the mother of Jesus, was there. Jesus and his disciples had likewise been invited to the celebration. At a certain point, the wine ran out, and the mother of Jesus told him, "They have no wine." Jesus replied, "Mother, what does that have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." She instructed those waiting on tables, "Do whatever Jesus tells you." As prescribed for Jewish ceremonial weddings, there were 6 stone water jars on hand, each one holding between 20 and 30 gallons. "Fill those jars with water," Jesus said, and the servers filled them to the brim. "Now," said Jesus, "draw out and take it to the caterer." They did as they were instructed. The caterer tasted the water, which had been turned into wine, without knowing where it had come from. The only one who knew were those who were waiting on tables, since they had drawn the water. The caterer said to the beloveds and remarked, "People usually serve the best wine first. Then, when the guests have been drinking a while, a lesser vintage is served. What you've done is keep the best wine until now." Jesus performed this of his first signs at Cana in Galilee. In this way, he revealed his glory, and the disciples believed in him. After this, Jesus went down to Capernaum with his mother, siblings, and disciples, and they stayed there a few days.